Hello guys. Since people requested me to review Mr. Agurin, I'm gonna do so, and I'll be watching his game in Korea that he got an honor from Showmaker. So let's see actually how he gets to it, right? And honestly, the first thing I want to start with is that I think people don't give him enough credit for his playstyle. Because honestly, I've played against this guy for years, and honestly, watching his gameplay now, after having played against him, everything that I thought about, it all just makes sense how he plays as a player, right? And I think that the reactive versus proactive meme is kind of funny, but there's so much more than reactive jungling or proactive. And first of all, I don't think that exists. I just think it's a good or bad place. And a lot of fundamentals, I'll be breaking down what he does and what other people are not doing and what makes him unique compared to different people. And there's so many things that I don't hear anyone mention, or maybe people have mentioned, but I haven't seen it. But I'll get to it, okay? So, first thing first, I think that the core question you have to ask yourself first, what makes a good jungler, right? Like, what actually makes a good jungler? And one thing that I think that is not being highlighted enough at all, which is that Agurin is very, very assertive. He's not a beta player. When someone is pinging him, yo, help me here, do this guy doesn't give a shit. He's just doing what he thinks is right, okay? He is not gonna go for plays that he doesn't see. Like, he plays the way he thinks is supposed to be played, and if he doesn't see something, why would he go for that? It doesn't make sense, right? However, so many junglers, when they get pinged to come, when they get pinged to do something, believe it or not, I've coached a lot of players. People say they feel bad and etc., which is very normal because who doesn't want to be liked? By not listening and getting flamed, it kind of sucks, right? And a lot of junglers would be like, oh, my laner pinged me here. Oh, I went here because someone pinged me to, but no one is controlling your mouse and keyboard. And I think Agurin is really, really good at this. So that's his first strength, right? Which is a really important quality for a jungler to have, which is just do what you think you can do. Don't do anything else that you don't see, because, well, if you do, then your gameplay will be inconsistent because you don't see it. You're always gonna have different teammates and always different things, and if you don't see it, you don't see it. Only thing you can do is review it and be like, huh, maybe I could have done this, right? So the other thing that I think he really excels at is his champion mastery. Few years back, honestly, even this year when I came back from NA, I just know this guy. When people always ask me about Agurin, I've always said this guy is really good at playing his champions. He plays a few champions and he masters them. And I think as well, because he plays few champions, he's able to focus more on the fundamentals. And in jungling especially, it's not that much micro. It's actually a lot of decision making, and I think junglers need to have the most important decision making. They decide the most. Junglers have the most power in the game, which is why they get flamed the most, which is very normal because a jungler can literally decide your lane, right? Because sometimes your jungler needs to be there and he's not, you get fucked and your game is harder. Not lost, but harder, right? And I think that Agurin does it quite well, where he's just well super consistent and just really good at his champions. But anyway, let's look at this clear a little bit. I don't think it was too crazy. I actually watched this game before reviewing. The Young Bo, I didn't really watch that much. Just one thing I noticed, like a very small thing. With golems, you can actually glitch this golem. You can like stand here and this golem is not gonna be able to hit you. So like when I watch this clear, he's still taking 13 damage from this golem. And if you kite the golem properly, you will save 100 HP or more, which is a healing pot, by the way. So like something you can probably do better, right? But let's just talk about what makes him different compared to other junglers, okay? So, as you can see as well, but I'll give an example, okay? This is Showmaker, I guess, right? Because he wrote the Showmaker. So pay attention. Showmaker is literally pinging him assistance. He's like, okay, bro, you rave as shit, you might get ganked. I don't care, dude. I'm gonna keep farming, you know? He's just pinging, question mark, he might be bot side, right? This is someone Agurin respects a lot, right? And he's not going mid lane when he's pinging assistance. Let's say you are a master player and you get to play with Faker or something, okay? you'd be like, oh, Faker's pinging me to come. I'm gonna come and I'm gonna help him. But you don't even know why. Then don't do it. And even though Agurin has huge respect for him, he's not coming and he's getting ganked. And just saying, I think that if they played better, okay, he was dead. Like, this guy is for sure dead on my screen. Like, he just dodges both abilities and yeah, just good job to this fucking insane mid laner, right? And just look at Agurin. He's just peacefully full clearing. And another trait that I haven't mentioned is that he is not revenge chasing. I mean, revenge chasing is the term that I like to use, which is that, let's say that Talia is getting a play of bot. Instead of like skipping his camps, okay, some junglers will like drop their camps or let's say they run all the way from wolves and try to like make up for the play. I don't see Agurin making up for plays. He doesn't try to. This way, he can keep a very good tempo and be ready the next time there's an opportunity. And he's really consistent with this. I don't see him often running around the map, trying to make up for things, trying to like, you know, like trying to get something when it looks difficult, right? And jungling is all about efficiency and being at the right place at the right time and be ready for when people are inting, right? And why I think his... I can't focus. I'm not gonna say reactive jungling because it's too funny, but like, that's why his playstyle is working, is because in solo queue there's so many opportunities and he's able to capitalize on those because he has... And by that as well, just saying, I'll just scroll a bit further, but just look at Jarvan CS. A Jarvan, not even a Karthus, has more CS than the best players in the world as a jungler. Doesn't make sense? And he got 3 kills? It does not make sense, right? But this guy averages 7 CS per minute or something on Jarvan, and he's just so consistent. And a lot of junglers, right, what they would do instead, they would actually go for a gank, then it doesn't work out, they go back to farming. So, 2 things. Their camps are not recycling, okay? And when their camps are not recycling, in general, if you haven't taken your camps, I hope that enemy team can count camps. They should know that he still has his camps up. So at that point, he becomes very predictable. And here's the thing with Agurin is that, think from enemy perspective, right? Like, this guy is not showing anywhere at all, almost never. And that is more annoying to play than a jungler that tries to go for ganks that are not high probability. He shows himself, he makes himself like so predictable, right? And oh, one small thing as well, actually very important thing. I think everyone knows this. I have not seen a bigger Drake enjoyer than Agurin. This guy is, I legit call him CEO of Drakes. This guy is actually CEO of Drakes. And here's the thing. It is a very good thing. Do you know why? Few things. By taking Drakes, if you fall behind, you get to scale. If you're ahead, you can force the enemy team to make you take bad fights. Usually on the 3rd Drakes, and if they're behind, people are gonna be like, fuck, it's a 3rd Drake, we need to fight, right? And when they have no setup or they're just behind, they're all gonna die. And Agurin does this really well, where if he's behind or ahead, he will try to take consistently Drakes, okay? And I think his Drake game got a lot better, because I do remember in the past, it was like so burger flip. But in general, I think his Drakes right now are actually... He actually knows when to do Drakes, and he's not burger flipping it, and by having a good mental as well, he's able to win so many games as well. So I'm just gonna show you guys quickly the Drake value, okay? So this is from the previous patch notes, right? But look at the Drake value. So this is before the nerf, but regardless, okay? Before the nerf, it gave you 2.3k gold, 2.3k gold value. The Hextech. This is, in my opinion, the most OP Drake. If you see Hextech Drake, it's so broken. Get it if you can. Everyone benefits from attack speed, everyone benefits from ability haste, and I can tell you in a game, it's so OP, okay? So, Mountain Drake, and there's like Infernal Drake, depending on how much gold you have, but there's as well the Cloud Drake, which I'm just reading it real quick, you get around 550 gold. That's for one player, I believe. Multiplied by 5, you have 3k gold value apparently. With the nerf, Maybe it's 2.5k, which is still fucking broken. Just saying, it's still a huge amount, okay? And this is something that he does pretty consistently as well, right? And that will give him like a huge advantage that's not being seen. And it's something that's very underrated. And there's like so many small things combined, which makes him very like just a good player, right? And pay attention as well to his tempo overall, okay? So this guy is just okay. He just took the Drake. Pay attention, okay? He took the Drake. So personally, how I see jungling, and I think he sees the same way, which is that as a jungler, you farm. You farm till something or an opportunity presents. You don't have to force it, because opportunities in solo queue are gonna come no matter what. People are gonna run down, no matter what, okay? So you just keep farming till you see an opportunity. If there's no opportunity, you just play for the objective that's spawning. Usually, if you have a stronger and you took your camps and you based, you either take the objective or they fight you. So either you take it or you kill them or you get killed, right? But usually, if you go for an objective, that means that you're stronger, right? Which means that you can fight it. And you're confident that if they come, you're gonna kill them. So one thing that I think he does really, really well is he always keeps a really good tempo and base timers for the objectives, and that way he's always gonna get something. I think really good jungling is like you play for an objective, and if the enemy team has to come, they're gonna get killed. If not, you get something. If you're behind, you go trade, right? You don't have to feel pressured to do something. Opportunities are always gonna come, okay? And I think really good junglers know how to make the enemy team come to them. So let's say he plays for the Herald or Drake. They come to them, if not, Drake on. Let's say he plays for bot tower. He knows how to play for bot tower to make the enemy jungler sit on bot, and if he doesn't, then their bot lane is gonna get dove, okay? And a lot of these small things is what makes someone a good jungler. And when Kenny was regarded as the best player in the world, throughout, everyone thought he was the GOAT, I thought he was the GOAT, I watched all his VODs, I watched his solo queue, I watched everything, and it's very similar playstyle. You farm till something happens, if not, keep farming, and every single jungler in general scales pretty well, I would say. Unless you're playing, even if you play Sejuani, these champs become, I don't know, they become Sign or something, they become so tanky, even if you farm on those champs. Like, when people say, okay, when should I actually gank? You only gank if you can kill someone. If not, keep farming. And depending on which jungler you play, there might be a higher probability of your gank working, but regardless, the core of every single jungler is you keep farming, okay? And I just think he does it super well. So pay attention. Okay, he's killing this guy, he kills the mid lane tower. And one thing, I'm not even explaining that much how he's playing at the moment, but all the things that I'm explaining, right, is what makes him a good jungler. Like, after you've heard me talk about this and you watch his gameplay, you'll see it over and over, what I'm mentioning, okay? But let's now pay attention a bit to his gameplay, okay? So, one thing that he did very well, I think he just took the Drake previously. It was like another timestamp. I think it was okay, I was like here, I think. Oh, just pay attention, okay, as well. So, most Jarvan players here, okay? They would insta-EQ here, okay? But this guy's ultimate and flash. So this guy is not using anything. He knows he still has flash. I think. I'm pretty sure. He's still not holding his EQ. So now when he flashed, then he used EQ. This is... So how... You might wonder, how can you achieve this knowledge, right? By playing the same champ over and over again. Because that's the way you just get really good at something. And what he has done, right? What he has recreated is that he plays the same champ over and over again, so he can really focus on the basics and fundamentals, and I think he has it really well. And that's legit what differentiates him and other junglers, because he doesn't even require like brain capacity to play his champions, because he has done this so much, it's like a habit. So then he can focus more on the objectives, drakes, tempo, looking at lanes, thinking about objectives, and those things as a jungler is really important, okay? So let's keep playing, okay? So he's basing. He got like a plating here, right? Drake is coming up in 10 seconds. I think this plating was a little bit greedy. Unless the enemy team... Yeah, honestly, I do think this plating was pretty greedy. He has 1.7k gold. Like, whatever he wants to buy, he can buy anything he wants. Just base here, recycle your camps, play for the Drake. Like, they will get this plating after his base anyway. He will get even more than that. Because I'm sure he can dive everyone at the moment. So that's, I would say, not really a good thing that he went for plating here. He could have, if he wanted to, recycle his camps earlier and then do the Drake. And then he could actually instantly play in the enemy jungle and play mid into bot lane. And if Talia has not bot lane, their bot lane is gonna dive. If Talia has bot lane, then, well, their mid lane... I mean, mid lane is down here anyway, right? And honestly, even if Talia has bot lane, their bot lane is gonna dive. Because I believe they're gonna take mid tower soon, and after they take mid tower, they will basically force this Viego stuck under tower, then they go 4v3 bot side. Kai'Sa Rel has wave management, they can crash the wave, and if they try to contest, they don't have a jungler and mid laner, so it's gonna crash, and when it crashes, they're gonna die. Viego no TP. And good junglers know how to make the enemy team come to you. If they come to you, they have to come to you, otherwise they lose something. And that is good jungling in general. Not reactive, proactive, but I think Dance also meme me anyway. Like, it's maybe, I don't know. I think this is funny. Anyway, so right here he took the Drake, okay? So pay attention. His camps are up. He's going for the enemy jungle because, in general, you always, not almost always, but almost always, okay? You want to invade the enemy camps instead of taking your own camps. Talia can never take this or this, okay? Never. And by taking his camps, it forces the enemy jungler to go towards the top side. Right now he takes his camps. And pay attention to enemy vision, okay? And look, now is the situation that I'm talking about. Viego has to catch mid lane wave. Their bot lane has a wave management. If the bot lane tries to take the wave, they are gonna die here. The enemy team doesn't have a choice. And this is just why his playstyle is working. He's having good tempo, knowing how to play for objectives. They get the mid lane push here, 4v3. It's what I mentioned previously. I didn't even look at this, that we're gonna go for this, but it's like really obvious to me that they're gonna fight for this wave, wave crash, the wave is crashed, they're gonna die. Even if Talia's here, they're gonna die. They're just, look at their items. And he's always getting something. That's why as a jungler you wanna farm first. Main reason why you wanna farm is because your camps are respawning and you force the enemy jungler. Let's say for some reason they couldn't dive them, okay? At least Agurin can then press B, clear top to bot again, while Talia is like, is Jarvan here? Is he here? Yes or no? Like, I don't know. I'm just gonna sit here. And then when Jarvan can stamp on him, he will then have another opportunity to look for a play while the enemy jungler is gonna farm. Because he has tempo advantage, right? League is like chess. So right here he takes his bot side camps and he's probably identifying what he's playing for next. The Herald's up in 30 seconds, so he's going bot the top. Like, it's so wired in his brain, like, okay, objective coming up, I'm stronger, I go fight for it. Like, it's not too complicated, right? But the thing is that this is complicated. If you're not good on your champion, and you require brain capacity to pilot your champion, and let's say in general you don't know what the right play is, it is difficult, right? All these things I explained in my course as well, but if you're able to recognize what you're playing for, how to play for it, games, it's not too difficult, League of Legends. So now he's just killing the Teemo, nothing too crazy. I'm not gonna show you how he kills the Teemo. Rest in peace to that guy. And he's just pushing top lane here because, well, any team is dead, and I think they're gonna FF. Yeah, GG. And that's basically how he plays in general, and I just want to say that it's not just reactive jungling or whatever, it's just that he has the right fundamentals, he understands how to make guaranteed plays. So even if the enemy team is not inting, they are gonna lose something. Okay? And I think that's why he's just a good jungler. He has good champion mastery, knows how to play for objectives, good tempo. He's very assertive, which allows him to make plays that he sees. He's not going for plays that he doesn't see. Makes a lot of sense, but a lot of people don't do it, and some people in competitive as well. If the jungler doesn't see it, he doesn't see it, right? He just has to learn and improve. And Agurin does this super well. And Drake enjoys tempo, and I think that's what's making him a good jungler, and that's why he's just one of the better junglers in solo queue, right? And yeah, that's all. Hope you guys enjoyed the little breakdown, and peace, boys.